Avenue, Washington DC, aago mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ sí méjì ọ̀sán. Bàbá ti kúrò ńbẹ̀ lábalẹ̀ sílé funfun báláú White House 70 SC New York Avenue, Washington DC. Bọ́bá wa dọjọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kẹ̀ní oṣù kẹwàá láwọn gbéra láti White House sí Capitol Hill Senate. Aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ sí mẹ́ta ọ̀sán ọjọ́ Sátidé ọjọ́ kejì White House náà láwọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ táwọn sì parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ títí di ọ̀wọ́ alẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń gbọ́ kéde yìí ní ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa o. Torọ́rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni gbogbo wa ló sì kàn. Gbogbo yín là ń retí o. Ẹ má gbàgbé o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bọ̀ aṣọ dúdú ni ẹ wọ̀ o láti fi ẹ̀hónú wa hàn pé òmìnira ni ojú àlàfẹ́. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa alága Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Tajudeen O Adéjàmíù akọ̀wé Alhaji Nonúbánjọ Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Washington DC chapter coordinator tàbí ààrẹ Almaru ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ Aláàfin Òjò Pàṣẹ Kàrẹ́mọ́dé ọmọ Àtìbà tó jẹ́ regional coordinator for Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tàbí ìrànwọ́ owó tàbí ṣíṣe onígbàwọ́ ẹ pè àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí +1 215 869 2966 tàbí +1 803 846 1116 tàbí +1 202 255 6079. ẹ sì lè kàn sí wa lórí wẹ́bsáìtì wa www.megarally.org. ẹ má gbàgbé o 3-day marathon mega rally eléyìí tí ó máa wáyé ní Washington DC September 38 to October 2nd 2021. ètò ìpolongo yìí máa ṣeré bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣàwàdà torí ó lọ́wọ́ àwọn nínà àti gbogbo ẹ̀yà Ìgbò tó fi máa ẹ̀yà Ìjọ kódà àwọn middle belt gan ògbẹ́yìn Niger Delta gan fọwọ́ sí tó fi máa gbogbo àwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ìjàngbara àti ìdálẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyẹn all self-determination group and media in diaspora. ètò ìpolongo yìí ṣeré o torí pé bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye àwọn náà máa wà níkàlẹ̀ níbi ìpolongo lọ́jọ́ yìí o tó fi máa gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá má dẹkùn lásìbí ìwọ́de yìí o ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa ni ẹ pẹ́rù ẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation la fẹ́ o.
Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀.
Kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Ìkéde pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi, pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù, àríwá, ìlà oòrùn, ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ. Kékulé kó gbọ́, kó sọ fún toko. Oòduà á gbè wá o. Olùkéde Media Presenters. Kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Ìkéde pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi, pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù, àríwá, ìlà oòrùn, ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ. Kékulé kó gbọ́, kó sọ fún toko. Oòduà á gbè wá o. Olùkéde Media Presenters.
ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyin méegun tọmọ aláṣọwọ́ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kì í dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ yorùbá nation island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi yorùbá nation island mega rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní general post office o'connell street dublin republic of ireland lọ́jọ́ friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of october 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ yorùbá nínú island pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba wúràọlá 0899273 tàbí ọmọọba níyì òye wọlé 08996711617 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ yorùbá nation island ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni.
lóko ẹ ṣé àdúpẹ́ oníyan ẹ ṣé gan ọlọ́kà ẹ ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe dákejì náà ń ṣe àkí everybody àtẹni tó ṣe dáadáa àtẹni tó ṣe burúkú oníkùn ló mọ̀ká o oníkálukú mọ̀ nínú ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àkí àdúpẹ́ gbogbo wa la máa kiri ẹ̀ la máa kí iṣẹ́ wọn bá la máa kiri ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn lẹ́nu sí ara nínú ọjà Dustin Kisman high street ọjà iná ìpínlẹ̀ ọjà Dustin ọjà nílé yìí this is a market ọjà nílé yìí nílé yìí ṣe supermarket o local ọjà nílé yìí tó jẹ́ happening local market one of them this is Dustin Kisman. Kò sí nǹkan tó dára dúró káwa náà má lè ṣe báyìí nínú ọjà Mushin àbí nínú ọjà Ojúwòye àbí nínú ọjà Awólọ́wọ̀ tí ò ṣe inú kọ́tà la máa gbà kọjá àbí nínú ọjà Mile 12 àbí nínú ọjà Oṣòdì tó jẹ́ pé inú kọ́tà la máa gbà
àbí ọjà Mushin gangan
àbí ọjà Mushin gangan tó jẹ́ Ojúwòye táwa gbọ́njú bá àbí ọjà Eléwé Ọmọ tó jẹ́ ti iwájú àárín Sọlọ road wọ́n ti close yẹn down láti bí 5-6 years ago. Anyway a ti rí i pé nísìnyí a ní agbára láti bá yín jà ẹ̀bẹ̀ là ń bò ṣìkà o kó jẹ́ aráyé gbé kó jẹ́ arọ́ náà lọ àtúnfàkókò ìgbẹ́ yìí náà ni à ń bẹ̀ yín ní àsọpá fẹ́ bá yín jà lágbára ẹ̀yin lẹ bí wa ẹ̀yin ni bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ni màmá wa ẹ̀yin lọ̀gá wa ẹ̀yin la gbé síwájú ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá ń ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa tá a bá lè sọ fún yín kò dáa wọ́n ní dára alẹ́ ẹni bá ń jẹ kòkòrò burúkú tó bá jí lóru kùrùkẹrẹ ò ní jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa sùn ó máa gbẹ́ra ni so ẹ jọ̀ọ́ à ń bẹ̀ yín ni ẹ̀yin olórílẹ̀-èdè wa ẹ̀yin olórí ìlú wa ewúrẹ́ wa olóhùn ò bágùntàn ṣe àgùntàn yín lónìí ìyá àwọn òbí dúdú látijọ́ tẹ tí ń kó wa jẹ pé nàìjíríà ni wá à ń tẹ̀lé yín ni kí ló dé tẹ̀ ṣe nàìjíríà dáadáa ó máa ní reason ká tó máa sọ pé yorùbá nation now ọ̀nà ajá tó ti rí ni tó ń gbó tó bá tún wá rí ni ajá tó rí ni tó ń jùrù tó bá rí ni tó ń gbó nídìí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ à ń bẹ̀ yín ni ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa ẹ̀yin ọ̀gá wa ẹ̀yin òṣèlú nàìjíríà à ń bẹ̀ yín ni going to 40 years láti sáko lé fún yín o we have nothing to lose anymore gbogbo nǹkan tá a lè lose láti lose ẹ̀yin wa ni bàbá wa kú ẹ̀yin wa làwọn èèyàn wa ń kú ìgbà míì gan àní lè wálé kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ lose a kàn ń bẹ̀ yín ni pé kẹ́ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa tún jẹ̀yà táwa jẹ àwọn bàbá wa ti jẹ̀yà yìí kọjá ẹ má yẹ káwọn ọmọ wa tún jẹ̀yà yìí lẹ́yìn àwa ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ pawọ́pọ̀ ká jọ máa ṣe nǹkan tó dáa gbogbo wa la mọ̀ nǹkan tó dáa ẹni burú mọ̀ àwọn ẹni tó máa sọ fáwọn ni ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ lọ́kàn yín pé ẹ ṣe dáadáa ẹ̀yin olórí nàìjíríà ẹ̀yin òṣèlú nàìjíríà ẹ mọ̀ lọ́kàn yín pé ẹ ṣe dáadáa ẹni tó bá wá wí ẹni kan lọ mú wọn wá àwọn ò ní ṣe káà máa sọ ẹ bá ní ẹ burú àwa náà gbé wúrà a sì máa sọ tiwa àníbọn ṣùgbọ́n aná lọ́run so struggle continue. Àwọn bàbá wa jà tó fi lọ ni àwa náà máa jà lọ ni àwọn ọmọ wa máa jà lọ àwọn èèyàn máa jà lọ ilé ayé nìyẹn forever ni kò tẹ́jẹ́ náà bá tán lórí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń tán lè kánná a máa fà lọ ni we continue to such power with you people a máa continue yẹn ní ká má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bá wa ṣe nǹkan tó tọ́ àgàgà ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń darí ìlú Mushin gbogbo yín àmọ́ yín o àwa mọ̀ yín àtúnyìn mọ́ o gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń ba ìlú Mushin jẹ́ àmọ́ yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan tó bá tó time a ti sọ fún yín ó ti lọ bí ọdún méjì sí tó bá tó time a máa dárúkọ yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan àmọ́ yín ẹ jẹ́ bàbá wa ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́n wa ẹ jẹ́ ara lé wa ìyẹn ò ní pé ká má sọ̀rọ̀ yín tẹ́ bá ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa tó bá là ń sọ̀rọ̀ yín lẹ́yìn à ń sọ nítorí pé ẹ ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa ní tẹ́ bá ṣe rere a máa tún sọ náà ìwà ẹni kò ṣọ́ ìwọ ṣọ́wà ẹ̀wù gbogbo nǹkan tó bá wù kàn máa sọ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ tí wà ẹ bá ti tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn tó dẹ̀ tẹ́ Ọlọ́run lọ́rùn tó mọ̀ pé tó dáadáa ló ń ṣe a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín o gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbààgbà Mushin gbogbo ẹ̀yin brọ́dà gbogbo ẹ̀yin fádà gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́jọ́ lórí Mushin tẹ́ ń jẹ́ kí Mushin máa bàjẹ́ lójú yín bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín ọjọ́ ń bọ̀ lọ́lọ́run wí ọjọ́ náà máa dẹ̀ tó a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín ẹ tètè ṣẹ̀tọ́ ẹ tètè ṣe normal thing nágbára tá a fẹ́ fi bá yín jà ṣùgbọ́n ẹyọ kan tí ó kù pẹ̀lú wa yìí o ọ̀fẹ́ ló ń ọ̀fẹ́ ni kò gbọ́ Ọlọ́run ò gbowó kó tó fún wa ní gbogbo nǹkan so ẹ̀yin lẹ́ ń ní wá lára a dẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín gbogbo ayé máa gbọ́ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín gbogbo èèyàn máa gbọ́ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fóṣù a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fàjẹ́ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fáwọn ẹlẹ́bọ lóògùn a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fáwọn onígbàgbọ́ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fáwọn onímàle a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fóbìnrin a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fọkùnrin a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fọmọdé a máa sọ̀rọ̀ yín fàgbà nítorí pé ọ̀jẹ̀lú ni yín ẹ ti jẹ̀lú tán bámúbámú lẹ yó ẹ fẹ́ wo tèèyàn débi ń pamọ́ ọ̀lú bámúbámú lẹ̀ ń lù ẹ fẹ́ wo tè gbogbo yín pátápátá la mọ̀ one by one àtẹ̀yìn tó jẹ́ pé sẹ́ẹ̀tì wa nìyí tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kẹ́ dúró fún wa nígbà tẹ́ débẹ̀ tán tó yẹ pé tinú yín nìkan lẹ̀ ń rò gbogbo yín la mọ̀ àwa dúró tán orí street làwa dàgbà sí àwa dúró tán pẹ̀lú yín àwa ò fẹ́ mọ bẹ́ ṣe jẹ́ tá a bá pàdé yín lẹ́sẹ̀ ògbòjì á bójú yín jẹ́ one time.
ẹ bá wa kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire ní gbogbo bíkíbi tí gbogbo wa wà advice gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire ìtòhùn yìí lọ́kàn ẹ fẹ́ fi bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ maybe another 1 minute.
ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìyá mi ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire ẹ̀yin ọmọ Oòduà tọkàntọkàn mo kí yín nílé mo kí yín lóko ibi tá a bára wa dé láwa yìí o ibi tá a bára wa dé láti ríra wa tó bá wá ń wà ká má tètè ṣera wa lọ́kàn ká má pa ọkàn pọ̀ sójú kan ká sì máa ṣe iyèméjì ká jẹ́ káwọn tí ò tó wá máa tàn wá ká jẹ́ káwọn tí ò mọ̀ tó wá máa tàn wá lọ síbi tí ò yẹ so anyway kò sí nǹkan tí èèyàn kankan lè sọ nítorí pé tàbá tún sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn á wí àtẹ̀yìn ládéládé àtẹ̀yìn lóyèlóyè oyin náà la kí oyin náà la ń bẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ pé bóyá jẹ́ kó máa rí bó ṣe ń rí lójú yín tó bá jẹ́ dàkejì náà ní lójú yín gbogbo wa jọ ń fojú rí but ẹ má gbàgbé wọn ló ti di kólóbá àjọ máa ta tán délẹ̀ ikú lè rí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbogbo wa àtèmi àti wọn ikú lè rí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká tètè ṣe nǹkan tó tọ́ àti nǹkan tó yẹ ìwọ̀nba tó bá lè ṣe náà ni kò sí ẹni tó lè ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ gbogbo wa ò lè ṣe tán ẹ wo brọ́dà wa Koiki ó fi bíbá ilẹ̀ ó lọ ń jà ní Nàìjíríà èèyàn mélòó ló lè ṣe èmi gọ́gọ́ tí mo ní Monarchy Kojo mo fẹ́ para mi mo fẹ́ mo tún dúró pé ṣé bọ́ yìí ṣé ó serious àṣọ ó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe èèyàn máa fi comfort zone lẹ̀ èèyàn máa fi ibi tí náà wà lẹ̀ ó máa wọnú òkùnkùn lọ náà ní kí ló dé tí mi ò wálé after 35 years máa níbo nílé ibi gbogbo nílẹ̀ ọ̀wọ̀ fáwà kò síbi tá àti ìdérí ibo nílé ṣé kí n fi ibi tí wọ́n ti tanná fún mi kí n máa wọnú òkùnkùn lọ ni kí n máa tanra mi suffering and smiling ni bàbá wa fẹ́ lápè fún wa ìyá ń jẹ ṣín alómọ̀ jó tó bá di lọ́jọ́ sátidé ẹ̀ka agbádá wọ̀ ọ̀nà olówó kan láàrin olòṣì òun gangan olòṣì bẹ́ẹ̀ni olòṣì ní gbogbo wa ẹ má jẹ́ àdó olòṣì tán ẹjọ́
ṣe gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ jẹ́ apá broadcast kíkọ ní private conversation pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi for about 1 minute ká tó máa mú kúrò ní bíbá.
Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọmọ aláṣọwọ́ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kì í dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba níyì oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni. Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọmọ aláṣọwọ́ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kì í dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba níyì oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni.
Kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Ìkéde pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi, pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù, àríwá, ìlà oòrùn, ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ. Kékulé kó gbọ́, kó sọ fún toko. Oòduà á gbè wá o. Olùkéde Media Presenters. Kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Ìkéde pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi, pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù, àríwá, ìlà oòrùn, ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ. Kékulé kó gbọ́, kó sọ fún toko. Oòduà á gbè wá o. Olùkéde Media Presenters.
atúwarẹ́rẹ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá fún ìtẹ̀síwájú ìjìjàngbara ìdálẹ̀ ọmọ Oòduà lábẹ́ ìjọba múnisẹ̀rú tí ò bìkítà ìgbáyégbádùn ọmọ Yorùbá. ẹ wá gbọ́ o kẹ́kulé gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko ìran àdán ẹ gbọ́ ẹ lọ rò fún bẹ̀. gbogbo ẹni tí ń bẹ́ẹ̀ lé ẹ sọ fáwọn ọ̀rọ̀ òkú pé ó tó gẹ́ àsìkò ti tó tá a fẹ́ ṣe ìjọba ara wa tá a sì fẹ́ dádúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Oòduà. a fẹ́ kú lábẹ́ ìjọba tí múnisẹ̀rú káàsà ìgbáyégbádùn wa ọmọ jàmú èèyàn yìí lógún mọ́. ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń dẹ́mi wálé gbòdò ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tí ò bá wúlò fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn òbí wọn ni wọ́n ti rán lọ sọ́run òjijì. ẹ wò ó bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá fi dúkìá wẹ̀ ṣòfò ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ tá a láǹfààní sí òun ni wọ́n fi ń dùn wá. táwa máa bá lọ báyìí ni irọ́ ni ó àní gbà torí bí bá ń lọ báyìí ẹ jẹ́ àyà mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ ọ̀la wa àtàwọn ọmọ wa wà nú ewu o. ọ̀rọ̀ tó sì wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa lọ́kàn ṣé Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní mi ò ní wá kú kì í róye lé bàbá rẹ̀ jẹ ẹ tí ó sì joyin inú àpáta kò ní wẹnu àké. gbogbo wa pátápátá nílẹ̀ káàrọ̀ jíire lọ̀rọ̀ ikọ̀ o. ìdálẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún. ìdí ẹ̀rẹ́ táwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ajìjàngbara lágbàáyé fún ìdásílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀ka ti orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà àtàgbègbè ẹ̀ lábẹ́ àkóso àti ìdarí emeritus and professor Banji Akíntóyè leader of Yoruba land and ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà worldwide àtàwọn ikọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n fi ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìwọ́de ńlá ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta 3 days marathon mega rally in Washington DC lórílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà èyí tí yóò wáyé ní ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹsàn-án títí di ọjọ́ kejì oṣù kẹwàá ọdún yìí 38 September to 2nd October 2021 bí àwọn àlàkalẹ̀ ìwọ́de ọ̀hún ṣe lọ nìyí o. Thursday ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹsàn-án September 38 British Embassy 3100 Massachusetts Avenue Washington DC aago mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ sí méjì ọ̀sán bàbá ti kúrò ń bẹ̀ lábalẹ̀ sílé funfun báláú White House 70 SC New York Avenue Washington DC bọ́bá wa dọjọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kẹ̀ní oṣù kẹwàá láwùgbéra láti White House sí Capitol Hill Senate aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ sí mẹ́ta ọ̀sán ọjọ́ Sátidé ọjọ́ kejì White House náà láwọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ táwọn sì parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ títí di ọwọ́ alẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń gbọ́ kéde yìí ní ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa o torọ́rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni gbogbo wa ló sì kàn gbogbo yín là ń retí o ẹ má gbàgbé o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bọ̀ aṣọ dúdú ni ẹ wọ̀ o láti fi ẹ̀hónú wa hàn pé òmìnira ilẹ̀ Oòduà la fẹ́. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa alága Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Tajudeen O Adéjàmíù akọ̀wé Alhaji Nonúbánjọ Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Washington DC chapter coordinator tàbí ààrẹ Almaru ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ Aláàfin Òjò pàṣẹ Kàrẹ́mọ́dé ọmọ Àtìbà tó jẹ́ regional coordinator for Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tàbí ìrànwọ́ owó tàbí ṣíṣe onígbàwọ́ ẹ pè àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Yoruba Nation.
The suffering is too much. Discrimination is so. Even the blind person can see there is a discrimination in Nigeria. Our race, our own Yoruba Nation, Yoruba, we are suffering. We are really suffering, which we are afraid to go to our own country. I usually go every 3 months. I have a church here. My name is Most Reverend Mother Oluyemi Sadeko to Joyeke, Mama Shilo Agbaye.
Imbolawa gangan Mama Shilo, Imbolawa, Eba Ṣàlàyé ibi tá wà káwọn.
Imbolawa ní UK, 116 Ridley Road, shop Mama Shilo Agbaye. Most Reverend, I have a church here more than 30 years. Mo ní ní Nigeria. But I rumpa wá láti lọlé this year. This year August la máa ń ṣe ọdún church mi. I pay 25 years in the Nigerian church. Gbogbo wa ti book afẹ́ lọ but torí ti Fulani we cannot go. We don't want to be kidnapped. We don't want to be killed.
Not to pay
we
ransom.
must have our nation. We must fight for our nation. We are not the first person. Other races when they are not right with whoever join them together, they separate. It's just our right. It's our right to right you want me.
Mo like energy yín mommy. Ẹ bá mi advice àwọn màmá wa bí ti yín náà báyìí. Tí wọ́n sì wò pé kí ló ń sọ, kí ló ń wí, ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé torí pé
òye wọn a máa túbọ̀ máa make sure pé a là wọ́n lóye sí ni òye ni ẹni tí ó bá yẹ pé wà ń lu bàbá ẹ̀ ó wà nílùú bàbá ẹ ìwọ ló ń pawó ìwọ ló ń mówó wá síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ wọ́n ń fún ẹ lómi ìṣanwó mu ó ti yẹ kó mọ̀ wípé o gbọ́dọ̀ gbára ẹ àwa náà dẹ̀ la gbọ́dọ̀ gbára wa Yorùbá Nation no going back never no going back.
Advice fún àwọn ọmọ wa No, torí pé wọ́n lè wà confused pé mọ́mí kí lẹ tún sọ yìí Nàìjíríà ni wá now. Báwo la tún ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá? Just one advice for all our children.
All I want to advise our children is that if we don't do it now, forever we will suffer. We will suffer because we knew quite all right that we are suffering. We knew quite all right that one certain part of Nigeria has take the whole Nigeria as a slave, and we want to fight for our children. The suffering that we got, we don't want our children to pass through that. How can they go to a people's farm in any civilized country when you have any agricultural something, you do it in your own space. You have a ranch where you put your animal. No animal will go around in any good city, in any civilized city. It's just we are not in
back in the old age.
Oh, it's not even
dark
old
age. Dark age.
We are not in dark age. So it's the right time that we have to fight. It's the right time that we have to rise. It's the right time that we have to do the most needed thing. So Yoruba nation now. Yoruba nation now. If we don't fight it now, that will be the end of it. Then our children will become slaves.
Oh my God! Thank you very much.
So we must.
Thank you very much. Yoruba nation,
Now.
Yoruba nation,
Now.
no retreat, no
Surrender.
Nigeria must
Break up.
Nigeria must
Break up.
Nigeria must
Break up.
Yoruba nation,
Now.
Yoruba nation,
Now.
no retreat, no
Surrender.
Nigeria must
Break up.
Nigeria.
14 countries have vaccinated at least 10% of their populations against COVID. Well, some of them they are prioritizing the usage of their money. Some of them want to buy presidential jets. And some of them want to buy some nice limousine for their president. Yeah. Protect them from all these citizens who have got COVID. I don't think that is right, though. I'm not saying that is right. No. Nigeria has approved paternity leave for civil servants. The 2-week leave comes as campaigners advocate for men to be more involved in childcare. If you're a man, how more do you want to be involved when it comes to childcare? It is Starr Radio UK. Violation and summary executions are on the rise in Eastern DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. That's one story is making the rounds there on the African continent. And when it comes to Ghana, I'll just touch on one of the stories, and then once we come back, we'll be having a detailed look at all the others that is making the rounds. I will go after EC officials who rig elections. Who is saying that? Or who is speaking? Kisi Ejabe. Who is Kisi Ejabe? He is the new special prosecutor. Well, the special prosecutor Kisi Ejabe has warned electoral officers that he will prosecute them if they tamper with election results or rig the elections in favor of a particular political party or a candidate. Somebody say, interesting. How come he's now got that on the table? Well, is it a sniffing or smelling or something that is going to be happening in the future? Well. This and a lot more we're going to be looking at. So wherever you are, don't you go away. Starr Radio UK. Enjoy the rest of the music while we wait for Mr. Olayom Koikii to join in. It is Starr, your morning show, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property. Any size of land that you need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Accra, Sofoli, Kenya, Ogome, Dodoma, Neba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from Motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive from Beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 125 US and Canada offices. Call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com. Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the review show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting on to the poverty ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlords, tenant property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry. Shipment company? Well, look for Ben. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in advance? Sure. Well, now shippers, we pride ourselves on being the best, reliable, and trustworthy shippers. Those far short of prompt pickup. Anyone can do, but our personnel may also make sure your items are well packed to get to the destination. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, now shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail info at wellnam@gmail.com. Wellnam shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Okay. Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bring the time now to 8 minutes past the top of the hour, and oh my gentlemen are in the house, ready, fire on all cylinders. But let me see whether I can see Mr. Olayom Koikii. Yes, I can see him. I can see him, but he's hiding on my system. Don't you worry. He is not hiding. I'm hiding. But I'm going to get him on there in a moment. Stay tuned. Don't you go away. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. But let me say good morning to you, Yomi.
Well, good morning again, Mr. Archie. Good morning to you, Frank. Good morning to all our presenters, Starr Radio UK. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the globe. And welcome again to Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hello. Yes, let me say hello to my able producer back in our North London studio. Yes, young Koikii. He's the one. Making sure that everything is moving perfectly. Okay, and let's say good morning to Mr. So, all Alexandria, yes, or as they are saying, all Alexandria. Salute, protocol of them as well. But let's go to Johnny. How is the Monday. How was the final round of the preparation for tomorrow live?
Well, you're quite right. Yesterday was a long day
and we can only appreciate Star Radio UK for connecting on ground with with the awareness, which was what actually took place yesterday as well. I mean, yes, we left Seven Sisters with them to Dustin Market, and I thought the energy felt at the market with some of those we encounter indicate that quite a lot of Yorubas or probably Nigerians are probably worried about what is happening back home, especially with their loved ones as well. We ended up in Brixton, where again you could see that apart from while we were when the awareness was going on, I could see one of the bus driver on bus 45, that probably recognized my face, and he shouted my name out. I saw a couple of cars, but there was a particular one that was of interest to me. One young Ghanaian that was in a very nice exclusive car, and I did ask him if he's aware of the situation in Nigeria, and he said, "Oh well, if I was driving this kind of car in Nigeria, it would have been a lot of problem." So you could tell that Africa has a lot of work to do, and a lot of Africans that are living in UK, especially another one that we saw very close to the market, a young, vibrant Nigerian that is selling egg in Nigeria, I mean in Brixton Market. He says to me he would have loved to be a poultry man in Nigeria and then probably export that same egg, back to wherever is needed. But here he is in UK in a cold weather outdoor trying to make a living.
Personally, I tell people all the time, apart from those who have not traveled before, who are in the old want to go overseas, who want to go and live there, who want to go and work there, I tell them that, well, those of us who we know all the challenges and everything in here, that if everything was something of us, right now, decided, let's stay back home. But because of insecurity, because of job opportunities and stuff like that, and then justice when it comes to whether people can get justice or whatever it is that is going on. Because we don't get that, that is why most of us decide, let's be wherever we are. But one day, with everything that we are doing, with awareness that was created yesterday, it will bring people to the point where we come to understand that, look, it is now time for our government, our various leaders to sit down and have a look into the future and change it from now. All right then, let's go to some of the stories that is making around in Nigeria. Which is a top one, sir?
Well, the top one, quite a lot of them, is the government now finally, going to label or change the name that is being called bandits. That is what the Senate wants now. That the bandits should be taken off that name and they should be called terrorists rather than being called bandits. I mean, for a very long time, we have been saying that these are not bandits because there's difference between the word bandit and the word terrorist as well. So yesterday, Senate presses Buhari to designate bandit as terrorist. That was on the floor of the Senate yesterday. Worried by the criminal activities of bandits in many parts of the country, the Senate yesterday have asked President Muhammadu Buhari to declare a total war on the felons and declare them as terrorists. The Red Chamber resolved this as its Wednesday preliminary. It called on the Buhari as a matter of urgency, also ordered the military to eliminate the bandits by bombing their hideout. The Senate also told the president to immediately declare all non-leaders of the bandits wanted and track them wherever they are for arrest and prosecution. The resolution followed the consideration of the motion on the banditry in Sokoto State, sponsored by Senator Ibrahim Gobe. Let's just go into one more, then I'm going to come back to you straight away in the studio because when we talk about this situation, that it has been a very difficult one for millions of Nigerians in terms of their livelihood. I mean, some have even forgotten, the internet display persons that have been kept in the IDP camp, and it seems part of that has been a target by most of the terrorists because they know that it's food items that are stored in this particular area as well. As we're talking about that, Kaduna State yesterday have now shut down telecom services in part of the state for insecurity. According to the report coming out, the Kaduna State government yesterday has announced the closure of telecommunication services in some part of the state with effect from yesterday, from today rather, the Commissioner for Internal and Security and Home Affairs, Mr. Samuel Aruwan, made the announcement in Kaduna yesterday. I am here to inform you of and to formally announce the implementation of certain measures to assist the security agency. That has not literally left, the situation in terms of the insecurity that is still currently going on in Nigeria, and I can confirm as of today, we've also getting news coming out of Nigeria about kidnap 8 miles of Calabar, and I'm sure Frank will remember last year we have one of our friends there that traveled, to that particular region, and right on the flight she was already scared even before she got to the hotel, which eventually we have to do what we call SOS to get out of Calabar as quickly as possible as well. So it seems a very difficult one. I can confirm this morning the emir of Kagaga Palace in Niger State have been taken away by the bandit. It is Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Gunmen allegedly invaded the palace of the emir of Rafi local government area of Niger State. This was on as it's coming up in the evening, and like I said, they rode in with 20 motorcycles carrying 3 persons each and shooting periodically. I have told you continuously that when these individuals come in with 20 motorbike, that means they're moving away in that community with nothing less than if they're coming with 20 motorbike, they are going to be taking away nothing less than 60 people at a go.
Let's start ready today. I mean, maybe one day when I hear some of those numbers, I'll be surprised because now you come in and but let's talk about this issue pertaining to the bandits that the Senate is calling the presidency or government to change it equate it to terrorists. Now the question is, when they are known as bandits or arrested as bandits, does it come with lesser sentences?
Yes, actually, what it is, let me use the example that you have. If you take, for instance, when the disaster is happening, situations are happening, if we declare, for instance, that we are low security area, the preparedness of the state apparatus from the security agencies, the coordination and other things is, less than when you put what they call medium, high, severe. So each state has, yes, it does, a functioning system because you can put a large and name it whatever you want to name it. When the heads of the party, the common party is not working, it doesn't matter whatever the group is not working with. So we can, in a functioning car, put a battery study. But when it's not functioning, it doesn't matter. We can critically click. So let's look at those levels as we take it. The level of people and the type of battery that is carrying two batteries, the start power probably 800 amperes per second. It starts the car early than the car that has the battery that has run down and probably the oscillator is not working. So look at this classification that way. Now when you dealing with issue label someone terrorist, in criminal code, what is supposed to the charges that is supposed to bring against them when they are arrested. That is why you see the Sunday issue. They were trying to charge people were arrested as terrorists. They are charged for treason, and because treason is a crime against the state, it's called it that way. When you go there and you can prove that what they were doing amounts to treasonable offenses, trying to overthrow the federal government, then you like the send out for life or probably giving death sentences pronounced against them. Now, so if you are elevating them from bandits international codes that defines how terrorists should be treated. Okay. Now, the question again is, will the government be ready, or is the government and the machinery, are they functioning enough? That's what I say. Is the functioning system? Is the system functioning enough to ensure that if you elevate the seriousness of the issue and start calling them terrorist group, as some Nigerians have already called them, would there be a corresponding security response? Because the most important is not about the names you give them. It's not about, if I come to buy a BMS SM4 and I'm told that it's an engine that can run more than probably 1.8 liter engine, 4.0 liter engine, that is a black engine, because to make it, I may have ABS, and I get it built on motorway, and I see that we will not be done overtake you. Will not be done overtake you. If I step on it, it's not going free. Taking aside the temperature of the driver and while they're driving, that they will not be done. But I have to question that the piano is gathering momentum. Whether they break arrow glass and sold it to me, or they needed a plate to come and change the direction of that. So it's about the government response. Is if they elevate it, the Senate is gone. I believe that some of these are political talks. And some of the Senate are also using it to basically divert attention. The question the government and the senators will be asking, in my view, what the current state, even before the mandate, what is the security? We should be assessing how efficient and how effective this security has been. If we call them terrorists, what is the corresponding adjustment, or are we just going to do that the marches and the government can come and ask for more money, but we need to. I get it. So these are political talks for me. So far, the Senate has failed. They've not held the government accountable to protect lives and property at even this level. I get it. So telling me that we should elevate the state to terrorist level, it doesn't really matter as far as I'm concerned. If the citizens are calling them terrorists because they are terrorizing them, but if the Senate is going to argue that they should tell us what effectiveness, how effective would that be in terms of how would Nigeria see themselves now that the bandits are become terrorists? Would that bring a bit of relief? Are we going to see a bit of correspondent deployment of military personnel? Are we going to, what are we going to see different from what is here? Apart from that, I think those political talks for me are jargon. And the correct don't give still an ask. Well, before we go on that discussion still, the video has my apologies. Olayom Koikii Kojo says that Trevor Noah acknowledged NSAS, and it's one of the biggest protests to have ever happened in Nigeria. The video said he got into a lot of trouble and traveled out of the country during the period because of Ubu. Okay, I don't know what the Ubu actually means. Maybe you don't need to try to tell us what Ubu means. And he goes on Ghana to say Nigeria is 61 by October the 1st, and 60 is the retirement age. Can we retire Nigeria and start afresh? Please, what do you think?
All right, let's just listen to that sound clip of that, powerful. I mean, everybody knows the video, and these are, huge celebrity, not just of a Nigerian, caliber, but within international confinement. So when he speaks, you can imagine, especially, when he speaks with the international media, there's also going to gain a momentum. So what you're discussing, 19 days from tomorrow was actually when hundreds of the Nigerians were killed, and this was what the question that was put to the video yesterday.
And then one of the biggest protests happened in Nigeria was the End SARS movement. And I mean, this was huge. People were going, Nigerians coming out saying, hey, we demand more from our government, we demand more from our police. And your song went from, it was a song that you had written about your haters, but it became the anthem of the movement. I feel like it also changed something in you as a person and as an artist, because you became really outspoken.
I did not record that song thinking that was going to happen. That's the honest truth. But it's amazing how I saw my voice be an instrument. People, like, it was amazing. I got in a lot of trouble.
I can can only imagine.
I got in a lot of trouble. I had to actually leave the country.
Issue from Mr.
I got in a lot of trouble because I was posted it like
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It was amazing to see people come out like that. And I'll say this: they listened, they heard us. They might not have changed nothing, but they were shook.
And that is very powerful. The statement by Davido there. That's NSAS really shook the government, and he says that they had us. It might not have changed anything, but they had us right there.
Okay, some of the other comments that have come through, let me read that before we can then we continue with the discussions that we were having. Okay, this one from Ganu Abiodun says, good morning all. May God bless you all for hard work. The hard work you are doing. Thank you very much, Ganu. And Antonio Adedeji jumps up to you as well. Everyone to continue to say, God has already, let me see this one. One and interesting one. God has already helped the Yorubas by fishing out those who we thought were Yorubas out of mainframe. So now we are beginning to know that no one can fuse into the real Yoruba DNA. Watch as the rest of them still hiding will be pushed out by their own words. We are real children of divine monarchs, okay? Made for greater glory and dignity. Non-Yorubas cannot fit into the magnitude. Okay? Well, let your comments continue to come through. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. With me in the studio, Mr. Frank Davis, Mr. Olayom Koikii Kojo, North London studios. Well, let's talk about this raising of banditry to terrorists legislation that is going on. First of all, what I say that somebody from supposed to say that is one of the supporters or financiers of the terrorists. Now, what equal corresponding what actions will be taken against these ones as well?
Well, I think Frank was able to analyze and explain, the difference between how, they have been known as bandits, and by the time you move it to terrorists, it's going to be a different thing entirely. But in terms of the response to the government, this was only yesterday at the Red Chamber for the very first time that they are literally putting this out as a motion. What the government is going to respond, we'll have to wait and see. Sometimes it takes a bit of time before the government responds to issues like that. But if the government is not going to respond to it and change that, does that mean that the Red Chamber still have more power, to force the government, to change that map from bandit to terrorist? We will have to wait and see. Because that's the reason why most of the papers in Nigeria doesn't use the word terrorist, because the government has literally warned them not to use terrorists, even though we know the kind of collateral damage that they've done. I mean, we're talking about only in July that they were able to bring down a $1 million Nigerian aircraft, and that means these are not bandits; these are sophisticated terrorists operating within the country as well. Yes, I mean somebody like the late Dr. Malafia Obadia was able to tell us that some of the sponsor of these terrorists within the government at the present. Even as at some few weeks ago, the former Navy commander was also able to tell us the same thing, that he is aware of that. But what is the governor of Benue State saying? As at yesterday, when he paid a courtesy visit to the late family of Dr. Malafia Obadia in that particular state in Benue State, he did say that if anyone is thinking in their mind that Nigeria is safe, then you are definitely living in a different world entirely. I mean, he has been a very good critic of the government initially, but again, yesterday on that visit, Autumn said, all is not well in Nigeria. Don't deceive yourself.
Actually, you see, we cannot pretend to resolve a problem with our life services. We were in this country, and if you recall, the London bombing, that happened, the Pakistan and other things bombing. 7/7. The government did not just select. Parliament responded, government responded, and new laws were brought in place. And what those new laws seeks to do was to properly define questions were inserted, whether you have raised, whether you have, been part of, whether you have associated yourself with an organization that will be deemed a terrorist organization before. So the UK government in 2008, after those bombings, responded with anti-terrorism act. When it started, now people who were deemed to be part of, even participating, some Muslims were, some mosques were declared, and other things. The landscape of security and how the security officers must be operate changed. Now, 2010, they again push it forward with monitoring. When now, individuals, the police can be asked to monitor the laws were given, powers were given to the police and the security, even declare to some extent your privacy. If you suspect that you have any. We saw a revamping of National Crime Agency. We also saw again a law that came into effect to enhance the ability of the police to confiscate your assets here. What you call lifestyle profile. When they got to do that, some people are funded freely. They give you money to live in a lifestyle, freely you to go and do suicide bombing. Just this year, a new counter-terrorism act again came to bear. That is the system that is working. They're looking at the changing nature of the crime, and the law is responding accordingly, giving the police, the security agencies tools to be able to work and define the landscape for them. This is what you can do. This is what you can do. That is to respond to what is happening. The question we then ask is, those our task consuming senators, they tell themselves snakes, swallowing their money. What have they done in terms of legislative ability of the security services? What have they done? We're talking about this issue that was. What have they done to respond that let's come out with a law that will back a local voluntary security? How we create there, how we man. What have they done? I get it. So in my view, look, what our people are doing is to pay lip services to the problem. Because the police themselves, actually if the police officer takes a gun and shoots you, right? They can be killed. For that. So it does not matter whether you're a terrorist or not. The police must have a reasonable ground to be able to have shot you. Now here's the case. The police don't even have to. If I ask a police officer in Nigeria now, who is a terrorist? Who will you consider as someone aiding a terrorist? Do we have a law that if you have faced a terrorist before, you can occupy certain position where you have access? Because if that's the thing, actually, I say this, Lion Mohammed will not be qualified to hold any public office, especially to close the presidency when he has declared his support for a good that can be called terrorism. What you have expressed over there, it will be deemed as, look, you having a professional responsibility to be able to aid. You are sympathizing with them. That's why even today, you see Kestama asking the police to justify how they recruited, how they were able to recruit someone who went and murdered somebody, kidnap, rape, and murder a helpless advocate. So our legislation is the Senate, the House of Representatives are there to as well. These are people being slaughtered. The question I will ask is, from 2010 up to date, from 2015 to date, what piece of legislation, laws have they passed to the beginning of the security? None. That's what that was. Probably don't know. Probably they know. Well, we want them to tell us. Probably it's in their hands. Probably they are passing it. You see, those senators who come and tell us that we took this action, we did this, we provided this. Apart from approving money where they don't give back. Oh, well, of course. Where we know that you say government decided not to Yes, I tell you it, but we know who get that. It's painful. Yeah. Listen, let's start with the UK. Before we go back to Europe for some of the other stories. So to carry, Ayodele Tunde say it's going to crew. God bless you all. Now, it goes to the government of Nigeria tells both youth and elders to be as if life has ended. My question is, having signed the petition, what next for us to do? Okay, I think there's a petition going around, and they say having signed that, what next can they do? Because you are talking, you are doing everything, and the killing and stuff is going on. You don't give in, you don't give up. You believe in that, continue with it. Because I'm gonna say, with the look of things, Nigeria as a country, people still in for PBC. Let's wake up in Yoruba. Okay, that is this.
And listeners, please, when we talk about Nigeria, because we have our correspondent giving us Nigeria, we're using Nigeria as a case for of whatever is happening.
Yeah.
Because Ghana is similar, all the north that mandate is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning, for instance, I have a report of official, something happening official where some you, I mean, line up every evening, weekend, display Lazarus cars, and I mean, tell us if you cannot drink human blood, you cannot be part of us. And I ask myself, why, if we do have a law that talks about profiling of the place will then be given power, because now if the people are arrested, they can't do anything. They don't have the place can then go there, mount a roadblock, arrest them, and then everyone
The source of their
well, there's a landmark that came from Belgium, was in Belgium that overnight or a few days ago. When they caught this young man in 2018, a black man, a guy born over there, was coming back from a trip and he was told, picked out of the line, search, I could have I mean, search, it's dehumanizing actually. It's not easy at all. This guy went further, take them on Amnesty International, saying that he's racially being profiled and interviewed. You know what the court said yesterday? What the court said? The court in Belgium said it is not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable for your color to be used to pick you out of the queue and search. Oh, wow. Which the law is backing them. The law is backing them. The court is backing them. It's something that has been happening on the place pick up on that.
Yeah.
But the Belgian court has made a pronouncement and closing that. I'm not justifying, and I do disagree strongly with that. But you see, the security must have a reasonable room
To operate.
yeah. A reasonable room. And we are not providing that reasonable. We are not responding. Ghana's criminal code, for example, has been how many times have we reviewed? Are you getting it? We are not responding to the threats. And Nigeria Parliament, the Senate, and I'm very particular about this because of what the Senate is doing. The Senate coming, or the member of Senate coming to say it's just elevated. I'm saying they are part of the problem. They are not responding.
That long time ago.
They are not responding.
It is on 11:39. You know, when I tell you that it gets bumpy at times, and today is bumpy. When insecurity becomes a pandemic in a country, I mean, that is what happens. Well, it is already. Let's go back to this online for some of the other stories making the rounds. How about you, Yummy?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Archie. Fear spread in the southeast as hoodlums murder Akuyele husbands and 8 others. That is coming from the headline, this morning. Also, Buhari order ex-Firo Director General trial for collecting 18 years salary with a phantom certificate. That tells you that the part of the system where we do not know that somebody should not be there for 18 good years and salary was paid and all such. So that is Nigeria as well. Also, our dad was murdered. Dora and Chika Akunyele sons. I've seen the graphic video of that as well by the unknown gunmen that killed this man yesterday in Anambra State as well. Let's quickly go to some of the other headlines and then we go straight into Twitter. Then I'll come back again to you in the studio and then we can start winding it down. Let's go straight to politics. What is happening in politics. Archie, Ebonyi Commissioner, IPOP sit at home is illegal. It seems the sit down at home is having a big toll on the southeast, and some of the government are responding heavily on that as well. Will Osibajo bite the bullet? That is, the headline on that. Let's see what it's like. If Osibajo will bite the bullet, according to Emma Gabriel, the chances of the vice president Yomi Osibajo should he enter the 2023 presidential race. With the 2023 presidential looming on the political horizon, and analysis and supporters and gladiators have begun making projections on the political game as to who should succeed the incumbent Muhammadu Buhari, who is at the end of his constitutional limit as the president, and his vice president has been touted as an exemptional cell. Monday, 20 September, Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State was quoted as saying Vice President Yemi Osibajo will enjoy the support of the APC if he shows interest in contesting in 2023. So, like I always say, let's see what the countdown is this morning on our Star Radio UK countdown to the election that is coming up as well. And then we talk about the upcoming rally tomorrow in Trafalgar Square and around the globe and the preparation. As of today, 498 days, 13 hours, 18 minutes, 3 seconds to the 2023 general election that is just coming. Again, 498 days according to the countdown on the Star Radio UK. Likewise, a lot of people believe that it is also time for restructuring. Some say it is time for total self-determination. And like I said, that was part of what we discussed yesterday on Star Radio UK. But next week, we'll be having the full program back again, where we'll be looking at some of the review. So tomorrow, from very early in the morning, people will be arriving in different parts of the globe, depending on the time zone. But here in UK, in London, in Wales, in Ireland, in Canada, in Washington, D.C., which has kicked off today, is a 3-day marathon rally in Washington, D.C. But tomorrow, the Yorubas, the Biafrans, the Middle Belt, and those of the supporter of Nigerian 61 years anniversary would all be meeting out at Trafalgar Square, where everyone will be saying the reason why Nigeria should remain, the reason why Nigeria should not remain, and all that is going to be happening as well. So let's come straight into what is trending on Twitter, and then we can bring the program to an end this morning. Once again, it is still Star Radio UK. When we talk about Nigeria, quite a lot is happening. I was just looking at the accident that took place, in Lagos this morning. We can only hope for the best as well. Some of the videos of the IPOB, rally at the number 10 Downing Street is already online as well. IPOB women, #free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 3 days London mega rally. They are calling to the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, who was, adopted in Kenya by the Nigerian government with the help of the Kenyan government, the extraordinary rendition to Nigeria against his will. So that is coming as well. Also, there's an image that also says 1984 Ghana must go, 2021 Nigeria must japa. So what that means is in 1984, I think that was when the Ghanaians were returning back to Ghana. But this time around, it seems Nigerians are also using the word japa, which will run as far as you can. So that has been trending for some days now. So we'll take one more, and then I'll come back straight to you again in the studio. It is still Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Sarap says we condemn the reported shutdown of telecommunication network in Kaduna State by the governor of Kaduna, El Rufai. There is no legal justification for the shutdown, as it's neither necessary or proportionate. It is a form of collective punishment and should be immediately reversed.
Well, listeners, Mr. Olayom Koikii bring you up this from Nigeria. I know we are pressed for time, but before we go, there's one issue pertaining to the iPhone that I wanted to have a look at quickly. Now, Ayomide Yusuf says Nigeria is the biggest crime against humanity. Now, let's come to the iPhone where now we have some people say that it's illegal. Why? Is it because their action is biting? But Nigeria, in the Nigerian constitution, I think it gives the citizens the right to demonstrate, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, it gives them the right to demonstrate, yes.
Yeah. And this time around, they decide, we're not going to be going out to go and destroy anything. We don't want to go out, we're going to have clashes with the security. So we decide to stay at home. And people are saying it's illegal. If I decide, we're said, not going anywhere, I want to be at home. What makes it illegal? Tell me.
Well, I mean, yes, it's not illegal, but according to the Ebonyi State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Uche Oji, who spoke with Ugo, recently disagreed with the thinking that the sit-at-home order imposed by the indigenous people of the Biafra was successful. Next month, also, Ebonyi State will be 25 years by vision of founding father. Do you think the creation of Ebonyi State has satisfied their yearning? He says, so far, with the coming on board of the governor, David Umaye, he has brought a development. So this development might probably be having effect now with the sit-down at home. I mean, yeah, you're quite right. I think, the IPOB, as much as, some says, it's been called off, but majority of them are still, adhering and they're sitting at home, every Monday. But yes, like you said, they are not causing any havoc. They are not causing any trouble. They've just decided to stay away on the street of their homeland, to stay indoor, and then to respect, the reason for their own sort of protest. Tomorrow, we don't know what's going to be happening, but the directive that we are getting from those, representing the IPOB says is sit down at home is something that will occur tomorrow. But for those outside Nigeria, they want them to go out and then tell the world the reason why, Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and the reason why they want a self-determination, just like the other indigenous groups.
Okay, before we run up, now, if people are interested in convention or coming for this demonstration that's going to take place in London specifically, but we know other parts of the world will be having their own time. Now, where are they converging if you want to know about that?
Well, Trafalgar Square is a point center, and from 10 o'clock, people will be expected to be on the ground, and the march will kick around 12 p.m.
Okay. We'll do our best as Starr Radio UK to bring you a live feed from that one. But let me say, Johnny, thank you very much for that wonderful happening.
Thank you very much. Have a very good morning. Bye for now.
Bye. Listeners, that was Mr. Olayom Koikii Kojo bringing updates from Nigeria, wherever you are.
Listeners, that was Mr. Olayom Koikii bringing you updates from Nigeria, wherever you are. It is a pleasure that you are still with us. Stay tuned, don't you go away. I bring you.
The first industrialized local government with the survived Nigeria. Otana the second industrialized local government with the survived Nigeria. But all government officials just they come there, they collect the money. See the road still jaga jaga. Everywhere still yama yama. Fashola super minister, tell me why you they look away from Ota. Buhari is only building railway where they carry and they go Niger. I no blame Buhari. I swear I blame Obasanjo. Senator Tolu, what that be, doesn't even answer anybody.
President Obasanjo, I do my Johnny job.
Honestly, if Obasanjo can rule for 8, don't let him count the previous one. He has ruled. He has ruled for 8 years. And this road is like this. He's a serious master.
Still there, yama yama. See the jaga jaga. Still there, yama yama.
Bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ lo ọdún mẹ́jọ gbáko lórí àléfà. Láti yànà Bájà lọ sí ìlú Ọ̀tà àrípàtó. Gbogbo ọ̀nà lórí jagajaga. Ọ̀nà lẹ́yìn gan yamayama. Bàbá joyè adára níta. Má sùn wọ̀n nílé. Tábà wo dáadáa tí a dẹ̀ sọ̀tọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Ọ̀tà jẹ́ ẹlẹ́kejì local government tó pérégedé ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn èèyàn wa jẹgúdújẹrá wọ́n kàn wá sọ́tà wá gbowó Ọ̀tà. tírọ̀bà lọ fógún ọdún ọjọ́ kan òótọ́ ṣì máa kájọ.
àwọn gómìnà wa ọlọ́sùn ni wọ́n ṣe ẹlọ́wọ̀nà kẹ́lẹ́ ẹlọ́wọ̀nà ṣàgámù ẹ̀wọ̀n ọ̀tà ìbílẹ̀ lè ti gbowó ìbílẹ̀ ti gbowó.
Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún fi owó ọ̀tà kọ́ Ìjẹ̀bú. Ọ̀tà second highest industrialized local government. Yeah. See the jaga jaga. Yeah. Still they yama yama.
Seriki.
See the jaga jaga.
Still they yama yama. Still they yama yama.
See, every year, new one budget over full road. I read anything, I feel suit at the code. One leg poster, one kiri adugo. After 4 years, want to support our votes. And go all our company and got tax. On a daisha, they can lay bypass. So many bullshit we tolerate. On not if I get on to the tolerate. F.O. I'm a bomb vita. You know, be your brother's keeper. Well over 200, not take for 1 liter. Ṣayẹwà ìlú la ṣì wọ̀ tán bá fi wáyàwó lọ́wọ́ yín ni a ní láti mọ̀ àwọn ará bí tó ti bá kọ̀ bọ̀ wọn ọ̀rẹ́dì láti náwó àkọ́bọ̀.
This na call to all stakeholders. Bishop Oyedepo of Winners Chapel. Baba Basanjo, hold the Vice Chancellor of Bells University. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Ota Branch. Hotel, bars, and filling stations. Owners along the Europe road. It's time for you all to wake up. Omo Yoruba, Oya, Erunu.
Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọmọ aláṣọwọ́ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kí ń dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátọ́lá pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba Wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba Níyì Oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Ireland ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni. Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o.
2966 tàbí +1 803 846 1116 tàbí +1 202 255 60.
Kéré o, kéré o, kéré o. Ìkéde pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù, àríwá, ìlà oòrùn, ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ. Kékulé kó gbọ́, kó sọ fún toko. Oòduà á gbè wá o. Olùkéde Media Presenters.